Peace, this is King Noble, Black Supremacy. With this particular video, I want to talk about Little Nas and what I'm calling the anti-Black Messiah program that has actually been set up by the elite to actually engineer your Antichrist, which would sow seeds of division and also be a weapon of mass distraction from the real, true, and living God that is manifested on earth, the true Black Messiah that is living on earth right now. They want to distract you from that. Most of your leaders that you think are leaders are actually distractions that have been propped up by the elite who control social media, the internet, Hollywood, all of that. They control all of that. So they put before you who they want to get the reaction or response out of you that they want. Now I use Little Nas for an example. This is the Antichrist himself. When I say Antichrist, I mean the anti-Black Messiah. A lot of people think that it's an LGBTQ agenda, but putting this black man out here that the goal is to ultimately effeminize the black man. And they want to give you these effeminate images of black men and present before the world so they can effeminize the black community. But that's not necessarily true, because there is a message in here also of demonization that doesn't make sense as to why would you demonize, homosexuality while simultaneously trying to present it to the people. You're demonizing it and you're actually agitating the Christian fundamentalists by directly connecting or associating homosexuality with Satanism. So why would you do that? So we would have to go ahead and assume that this agitation is intentional. People already feel a certain way about homosexuality, but now you go ahead and pair it with Satan. You have Satan's baby. You sleep with Satan. This is beyond homosexuality. Like if this was an LGBTQ, whatever, PR stunt, it would be counterproductive because it's demonizing homosexuality. So what is the real agenda then? What's the real goal if you're demonizing homosexuality? It couldn't be to spread it, because it's sowing seeds of dissension among a community of people that you want to change their perspective. You want to, per se, make them non-homophobic. How does this help? Well, it's not about the demonization or the proliferation of homosexuality. It's really about the demonization of the black man. It's really about the demonization of the image of the black man and the neutralization of the Black Messiah frequency and vibration. They want to neutralize it before it even takes off, before it even grows, before it even expands. They have to demonize the black man before the world and also create these stunts to distract you from focusing your energy on the messianic and the divine energy of the black man. Every knee was supposed to bow and every tongue was supposed to confess the divinity of the black man in this particular era and age that we're living in. But if you notice the pattern of the elite, they're always sowing seeds of division and polarizing the masses of people. If you notice, you have, Black Lives Matter versus All Lives Matter. You got the Trump supporter versus the Biden supporters. You have the vaccinated versus the unvaccinated. They always have to create division to keep you divided so that you will not centralize around the energy of the complete and total transformation of the society towards the elevation of the consciousness of the world. So they have to keep us separated in the odds and divided. Now, this whole thing with the Lil Nas thing is to create the so-called, now are you going to divide the homosexuals from the straight people? So you're still creating a division. You're still orchestrating a division within society. And by orchestrating this division, you're now keeping people from coming together when they're supposed to be unifying around the central theme of black divinity, about black supremacy, about the divine manifestation of the black man. But all of these narratives are getting, shut down. all these narratives are being, ignored. And the only narrative you now see are the narrative of us being divided, of us being separated, of us being against one another. Now here you have a black man who had the potential naturally given to him by the ancestors, the creators, to whatever you may have it, to be very influential, to be a very great human being, a very great black person. But what now they did is they exploited all of this greatness that he had within himself. So Lil Nas is an example of a black man that is being exploited by the elite. He's being exploited because he wants wealth. He wants fame. He wants to be somebody in the Matrix world. So the elite is taking advantage of that. He doesn't recognize his own potential. So they are now utilizing him for their own agenda. And look at the contradictions of this, of how this is particularly the demonization of the black man. Because in one instance, black people are the most violent. Black Americans are the most violent people in America. We're shooting each other, we're killing each other. You don't want to go in the hood, the murder capital, whatever. We're dangerously violent. But then on the other hand, we are the most gayest of all males within society. We are the banner for homosexuality. So how are you going to be the most gangsterous, toughest, dangerous individual in the urban streets, and at the same time now the most gayest? Because it's not about being gay or being gangster. It's about being demonized. It's about being looked at as evil. It's about being degraded and put down. That's what it's about. And why are they doing it? Because they know how powerful that we are. They know the power that we possess and how dangerous we are to the end of their fantasy, to the end of their rule. They know their time is coming to an end, and they know that the greatness is going to rise among us to transform the world. So they have to neutralize our imagery. They have to keep trying to destroy us before the world so that we don't have a chance to express what we have embodied on this planet to bring about. So this is what's happening with the anti-Black Messiah program.